was saying that Jesse had a big press release, was saying that Debbie Halverson is no transportation expert, and she is not qualified to be Secretary of Transportation. Worse, she would set back progress for the proposed third Chicago airport for as long as she served in that office. Jackson said after reading reports that Halverson, a former one-term congresswoman who lost, was seeking the office. The single largest job programs introduced by Quinn would die, Jackson said. She lost in her district. Governor Quinn lost in her district. She knows nothing about airport development. And in fact, she has been working against the third airport in her district for years. Well, poor Debbie's getting it from both sides, you know. It says Jackson added that Halverson would doom other regional projects, including the Metro South East Service, CTA Red Line extension, and the Metro extension to the airport. She has no record of success for promoting any transportation project in her district or the state of Illinois. So, anyways, she's not going to be the Secretary of Transportation. We don't know who is. You know, Hanig, the current guy, is retiring, and Quinn urged him to hang on for another few weeks. So we don't know who the next Secretary of Transportation is going to be. Hopefully, it's not going to be Rick Bryant, you know, Jesse Jr.'s aide. But so we'll see. You know, I'm sure Pat Quinn will appoint somebody to appease Jesse. So we'll see how that turns out. There was a piece on the Gary Airport, and of course the Gary Airport is a fine airport. It already exists. It, you know, has it's close to public transportation to downtown Chicago. It gets help from the city of Chicago. It's called the Gary Chicago International Airport. It's in a you know, more densely populated area than out here. They cannot keep airlines there, as most point-to-point airports can't, because there's just not that huge of a market to support an airport by flights from here to Las Vegas and here to Orlando. So they struggle just trying to keep things going there. But this was in the paper on March 17th, and Gary, let's see, was in the Northwest Indiana paper. It says the U.S. Representative Pete Vesklowski of Maryville announced Thursday the Federal Aviation Administration had awarded almost $5.1 million to the airport to be used for projects including moving railroad tracks that block expansion. In all, the FAA intends to fund the expansion project with $57.8 million over 10 years. The $128 million project will lengthen the main runway to 8,900 feet from 7,000 feet. The Gary Chicago Airport has the potential to transform the economy in Northwest Indiana, Vesklowski said. Spurring job growth now and economic development in the future, this type of infrastructure investment is what we need to rebuild our region's economy. Well, we've always supported the Gary Airport. That is the solution. With an aviation need, Gary is the way to go. And if it did create all this economic development, then it would help the South Suburbs. It would help Jesse's people, you know, more than an airport way out here. And unfortunately, it doesn't take off. Just as if they built Piatone, it would probably be a white elephant. But again, it's a solution that's there that already exists. And I forgot to mention Ken is Lev Wayazan, Ken Hall, who's been reminding me, for Stan, he's been reminding me that there's a program on the History Channel on our deteriorating infrastructure. Has anyone seen that program? The infrastructure throughout this country is deteriorating. The roads, the bridges, the waterways, the dams are in serious deterioration. We need $2 trillion worth of work right now. And if the government has money to spend on projects, and if they want to put people back to work, they should at least put them back to work doing things that are needed. I hit a pothole yesterday on Route 30 that reminded me that I thought for sure a tire was going to blow, that the infrastructure is in need of repair. So one of our responses when people say, oh, the airport's for jobs, our response is two things. One, it'll be a white airport like the Mid-America Airport down in Muscuda near St. Louis. It'll sit there vacant after we spend millions and millions of dollars taking off the tax roll and create infrastructure, all that. The second point is that if they want to create jobs, repair existing infrastructure. And for some people also add high-speed rail. A lot of people are very into rail, and transit is a much